Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Today I've got a treat for you guys. A few of you hopefully will remember I promised when I ran the Ultramarathon race earlier this year in the spring that I was going to share with you guys the recipe for the brownies. Having a little snack now, heart-shaped brownie. This recipe is sick. I'm going to make a separate video about this for you guys because it's so good. Oil-free. It's really good, man. The race was not a success, but the brownies sure are. So I will share this with you today. Join me if you want to see how to make them. Basically, it's a really simple recipe. I'll give you guys the ingredients as you see them here. What you have is, for the dry ingredients, we have half a cup of, flax seeds ground up. We have a half a cup of cocoa powder. That's no sugar added, that's just regular cacao powder. Then we have 2 cups of flour, and we have 1 cup of brown sugar, and we have about 2 little teaspoons of baking soda. The original recipe, I got this from Joka Vital on Facebook. I'm going to link her page so everybody can go check it out. She's got Hungarian recipes, so all the Hungarian viewers, I'm sure you guys will love it. For anybody who's English speaker only or some other language besides Hungarian, maybe you can use Google Translate or give me a shout if you're having trouble with any of it, and I'll try to help you out as good as I can. The original recipe didn't call for flaxseed, it was something else, which I can't remember what it's called in English, but in Hungarian it's called ultramarathoners hay, which I think is psyllium husk if I remember in English, but I'm not positive. I'll put it in the comments if I'm wrong. So yeah, basically I didn't have any of that, and I've been making with flax seeds and it works perfectly fine. So really I think it's just to make it kind of like light and fluffy. Maybe it's even better with that, but yeah, try it out and let me know. So that's the dry ingredients, and the wet ingredients are really simple. You're gonna have 4 bananas. I wish I had slightly bigger ones than this, but this is all I had right now, so they're kind of on the smallish side. They should normally be a little bit larger bananas, but I only had small ones. We have the 4 bananas, we have the juice from 2 whole lemons, and we have 100 milliliters of plant milk of your choice. I'm using rice milk today. So what are we going to do? First step, mix all the wet ingredients in a blender, get it nice and smooth, then mix this up and dump that in. I'm going to show it to you guys next. Let's blend this first. Okay, so I've got it blended up. I forgot to mention I am preheating the oven as well. It's going at 175 Celsius. I forget what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'll maybe put it on the screen or something for you guys. So yeah, I'm preheating that, and just gonna take a spoon here, mix this up. I always like to mix the dry ingredients first because I think it's easier that way, and you get a bit of a more uniform texture, easier than if you're trying to just pour in the wet ingredients on top of the dry ingredients before they're mixed up. Things tend to clump together a little bit more, especially like the flour, I think. Having all this other stuff in here, the other dry ingredients, really helps everything kind of be nice and uniform and not clumpy. So that's just a tip, and yeah, I always like to mix it up beforehand. I'm trying something a little bit different today with the video format here. I'm trying to show you guys more of the actual steps as I'm doing them. I got feedback that that could be helpful. I mean, I think this is pretty simple, so maybe it doesn't really matter in this recipe, but for other things where it is more complex, maybe I will try to do that in the future. So anyway, yeah, that's looking pretty good. I mean, I don't think it really matters that much. It doesn't have to be like perfect, but this is certainly going to help make it a little bit easier. Alright, so next we are going to dump the wet ingredients in here. So let's do that. See, I think this is kind of boring. I don't know. Maybe in the comments let me know if you guys want to see me mixing stuff, because I kind of think this is boring. Like, I'm always trying to just get to the point and show you guys the key parts, which is like how much do you put in, how long do you bake it for, you know, that kind of stuff. What's the consistency supposed to look like at the end? It's kind of hard to mix this with one hand anyway. I'm gonna have to like stop because I can't really hold the bowl. Kind of hard to do this. Plus I also wonder about the noise because I don't really have like a separate mic or anything. So you might be just hearing loud spoon scraping sounds instead of the actual voice. Anyway, let me put this down. I'm going to mix it up. I'll show it to you guys. So this is the texture you're going for. It's pretty thick, easy to use a spoon and just kind of plop it in your muffin form or your baking sheet, whatever you're using. If you're using a silicone form, that's probably the best. If you're using a baking sheet, you probably want to have some kind of thing to help it not stick in there because there's no oil or anything in here, so that's why I recommend the silicone sheet. And I use these little forms. My daughter actually picked these out in the store. She really liked the shape and the pink, obviously, so I love using these heart-shaped ones because I like to say that this is made with love. But anyway, basically these all are great. You know, these silicone forms can be used for all sorts of stuff, different kind of recipes. Really good. So what we're going to do is just use the spoon, put them out into the forms, and then I'm going to be putting these into the oven for about 25 minutes once the oven's preheated to, like I say, 175 Celsius. 20-25 minutes is what I found works pretty good. I definitely check on them after about 20 minutes, and then usually it takes about 25, but I just don't want to burn them or anything. So yeah, I think let's get these piled in and we'll start the baking. I probably should have filled them up a little bit less because they do tend to rise a bit, but yeah, whatever. I just wanted to show you guys I got 2 trays filled, and there's enough to probably fill about 1 more tray left. And the amounts that I've given you guys is actually double the recipe that Joka provides on her page. So just bear that in mind if you go and check out the link after, that I'm basically doubling it because, yeah, that half this many brownies is just not enough, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get these in the oven now, and we'll put a timer for 25 minutes. Alright, so got the first batch completely done, and I've got 4 more brownies in on the blue tray for the last of the dough or batter that's left, I guess. And just a quick tip, you guys want to let these cool off before you try to pull them out of the silicone forms, because if you don't, they end up tending to break apart and get stuck into the form. If you let them cool a little bit before you take them out, they get this nice shape to them, so it's really good. So we ended up with 16 of these rather large size you know, brownie muffins with this double batch that I showed you guys the you know, the amounts for. So basically yeah, it's a really great recipe. It's super easy. I mean, it probably took me longer to put everything together on the camera and show you guys than it did to actually just measure everything out, throw it in the bowl and mix it up. I mean, it's like beyond ridiculously easy to make. They taste amazing, super easy, no oil. I will be trying to do kind of a more whole food version of this at some point, you know, because I think we can probably replace the you know, the sugar with dates and adjust the dry ingredients to match. I am really curious about trying that, so I will at some point try to do that. If you guys want to see that, or if you try it yourself, let me know in the comments, and then, you know, we'll see if there will be a future update video to this. But it is really, really easy, really tasty. Can't really say enough good things about these brownies. And yeah, go over and check out Joka's Facebook page. It's really cool. She also has a YouTube channel, so you can check out some stuff. She's got kind of like various recipes and all sorts of good stuff there, so check it out. I'll have a link for her Facebook page as well as her YouTube page in the descriptions. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do make it, let me know. I'm curious how it turns out for you. I think these are really wonderful. I really like them. Definitely the best brownie recipe I've come across so far. just for how easy it is and how tasty they come out. So yeah, if you did like it, remember to give it a big thumbs up. Hope to see you guys in another video soon. And thanks for everybody for subscribing and sharing videos. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.